life is a mess and you're totally stressed out, just call Trent. Just call Trent. When your wife is cold as ice and you need some advice, just call Trent. Just call Trent. He'll shoot it straight and he won't say no. He'll just give you that advice and say, well, there you go.
Hello, welcome to another episode of There You Go with Trent Mabry. I, of course, am your host, Trent Mabry. Today, my guest is Dyke Michaels. Great comedian.
Hello,
How are
how's
you,
everybody
Dyke?
doing? Do I address the everybody or do I just address you? I've never done
It's
a
up
Zoom
to you.
call. Okay. All I know about Zoom is that no matter how much I think it's done, I should never start masturbating. I should walk away from the screen. That could spell big trouble for me.
Yeah, well, you did lose your job writing for the New Yorker.
I know. I was really just cartoons, but they fired me either way.
No, I
How you
read
doing?
that. You're referencing Jeffrey Toobin, the guy that was jacking off on a Zoom call. But I read his book. He wrote a book about O.J. Simpson. I didn't read that
Yeah.
one. But I read he wrote a book about Patty Hearst.
Okay.
Familiar with Patty Hearst?
Yeah, kind of vaguely.
She was
killed. She get killed by somebody. She was was she an actress that got killed?
No, that's Sharon Tate. But no, Patty Hearst actually is Chris Hardwick's mother-in-law now.
Okay.
But she's from the Hearst family. William Randolph Hearst used to own a bunch of newspapers and stuff, oil and stuff.
Yeah.
This group of people kidnapped her when she was in college.
I was a kid. Oh yeah, and she like got brainwashed by him, right?
Yeah, and she joined them, and yeah, and she helped them rob a bank.
I have yes. I was it was either between her the Lindbergh baby, the only two famous kidnappings, and I only have enough room for so many kidnappings up here, so yeah, didn't they John Waters made like a kind of like a spoof movie about it, didn't he?
Maybe. I don't know all of my John Waters filmography.
Yeah, and I think they just redid a movie about her recently. I don't know.
It's bad.
Nobody looks stuff up on this show, do they? We just make wild accusations, and
yeah, pretty much.
your listeners are just throwing stuff at the screen, going, "You fucking idiots."
Yeah, I don't have a Jamie or anybody that can look stuff
what
up.
About Patty Hearst?
The guy that jacked off on the Zoom call. He wrote a book about her. Yeah, that I read recently.
Man,
before he jacked off.
What do you? So I'd heard that wasn't the first time that it happened. It was
really?
it was like the jack that broke the camel's back kind of thing. I don't know. Like part of me goes like my initial thing was like he's an old guy who doesn't know how technology works, and everyone's like, oh, he's a monster. And like, I mean, he was at home. I guess I didn't realize that. I thought they'd ended the meeting and then he did it. I didn't realize. I think the big thing was in a break from a meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I just think that's like he's a multitasker. He's trying to get the poison out on the Zoom break. I don't think he was like trying to expose himself to people.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't know the full story, but maybe I'll wait till he writes a book about him jacking off. But
I don't think anyone named Tubin would do that sort of thing. I think. See, here's why I'm scared, because anyone that has like a funny name usually has like something ironic. How like Anthony Weiner, Weiner kept coming out. This guy gets caught jacking and zooming. Kind of sounds like Tubin. I don't know. Like there's a lot of jokes you can make there.
Yeah.
He got caught tubing. My name's Dyke. I don't know what kind of tragedy is going to befall me, but I get trampled at a LGBT rally or something. I'm not sure a dam breaks on me.
Yeah, just stay home during Pride Month, I think.
I always do.
But anyway, thanks for doing this. Now, do you know what
Yeah.
we're doing?
Hey, thank you for not doing that show last night. I got a feacher for
Oh
Joe Bate
yeah,
for 25 minutes. It was the first time I ever did 25 minutes.
really?
Made a
You
bunch
never
of
forget your
cash.
first.
Everybody was happy. Let me tell you, Mishawaka, they are done with COVID. They have cured it apparently because no one's concerned about it. I was like, why are we doing a show when the whole city of Indianapolis is shut down?
Yeah.
Mishawaka was open. They gave us the key to the city when we came in. Like everything was plowed. There was probably 80 people there at that show on a
Really?
Tuesday night.
That's
It
great.
was crazy. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
you're
it was going to
welcome.
be like some bingo hall with like 3 people smoking a cigarette in it. Like, no, man, it was this whole ass show. They were ready for it. It was crazy. It was a good time. But yes, you were the original draft pick for that. So thank you for canceling. It was very fun. It was very fun to pick up the torch and you know they didn't really appreciate all of my racial humor. After a while, they kind of tapped it. All right, we'll give you like 2 black jokes, or 3 black jokes. Like, move it along, move it along, sir. It's like, all right, let's see what
Yeah,
we're dealing with
that's
here.
well, you're welcome. I did get asked, but I had to work in the morning. That's the only reason I turned it down. Oh, I think you froze.
He,
Oh, there you go.
I don't want to give away. I don't want to give away his secrets, but yeah, we were supposed. Oh, I got an unstable connection. That's not good. What's that mean? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, no, it was a great time.
Well, yeah, that's good. And I'm not surprised that Mishawaka's done with COVID. I was just in Evansville last Saturday. They too are done with COVID.
Yeah, you probably get punched in the face if you wear a mask in public in Evansville.
Well, that's what I do that. Like, I wear a mask, but if
Yeah,
other people around me, like if there's a large group of people around me that aren't wearing masks,
yeah,
I kind of take mine off because
yeah. It's
I just
peer
want to fit
pressure.
in.
It's the peer pressure situation that what I found, especially with Evansville, is you get a bunch of people that are strung out on meth together. They don't like some stranger rolling into town with a mask on. Like, look, we've all been here hanging out smoking meth. And everything's been fine. And now this new guy's going to show up covering half of his face. Like, what's up with that? You know,
Yeah,
you
they
might be
don't
there to
trust
take the
you. They
mask.
don't trust you.
No, no, yeah,
We're fine showing our teeth that we
yeah.
don't have because of meth. You show
They
yours.
they are big meth heads down there in Evansville.
Yeah, we actually just, I don't know if you listened to the last podcast. I know you're a big fan of my podcast. Uh,
I did. I was excited. I thought I was going to be the first black guy ever on your podcast, and then Dwight beats me to it by
well,
1 week.
David Brooks was the first.
Well, he's a white nationalist. It doesn't really count.
I know, that's
He's
why I had him on first.
he's been barred for everything. He didn't. No one ever told him he was black. Unfortunately.
But there's actually an episode that came out today. We're recording this on Wednesday where we gave advice to a meth head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was the advice? Don't smoke meth.
No, well, we don't really have time to get into it, but he was living in an attic, and the people
Yeah.
downstairs were cooking meth, and now he got addicted to the meth.
Wait. So he told you that the meth fumes came up through the attic, and that's how he got addicted to meth?
Yeah.
That sounds like a tall tale, sir. That does not sound like a
No,
crazy.
you gotta listen to the episode because
Okay.
it's very
Sold me
believable.
on that. Is that in the description? Just make that the title of the episode. That's gonna go viral. Great.
Well, anyway, now this one, we got an email today. You can email me at advice.
Are you really like the Dear Abby? People are sending in emails now.
Oh, people love me. People email me
Oh,
all the
all
time.
right. I'm excited.
But if you want to email me, if you need advice, you can email me at advicefromtrent@gmail.com. That's advicefromtrent@gmail.com. So that's what we're going to read the email. I'm going to pull it up on my iPhone 7 Plus.
Okay. Are they the sponsor? Today's sponsor?
Well, I'm trying. I keep saying it every episode, hoping that they will
Okay.
sponsor me.
Well, that's
Trying
the
to
thing
get,
about Apple. They're always looking for a little extra help.
yeah, they need to get the word out.
Yeah.
So here it is. The email reads, Trent, I have to give a shout out to the hot dog vendor in San Jose the other night. I asked for 2 hot dogs, he found out I had no cash, and he just gave them to me anyway. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. He totally acted like he didn't see me when I was putting mustard in an empty jar that I had. I know he saw me too, but he just shook his head and I assume chuckled to himself. But real quick, love the podcast. 2.4 stars. It's not, doesn't really love it that much. I just won the lottery, aka Dad died, and I want to pay the hot dog vendor back. But last month I haven't seen him. I haven't seen the hot dog vendor anywhere. Did they go out of business? Were they even real? I need help on finding them. I think the guy's name was either Raul or Franklin. Any advice? Love, Hot Dog Belly. Now I
Are
had
these?
you on. I had you on because you
Yeah.
used to own a food truck. You used to
Yeah.
run a food
Oh,
truck,
yeah. Okay.
and a hot
Yeah.
dog vendor. Basically the same thing.
I got it all together now. Well, what was crazy is the original concept was going to be a hot dog cart, and
Really?
then that turned into a fancy sausage and burger cart, which turned into a fancy sausage and burger food truck, which turned into a burger food truck. So yeah, that was I could have been Raul or slash what was it Hannibal? What
Franklin
was it
Hannibal. Yeah,
Franklin?
Franklin. Could have been Hannibal too. He doesn't seem so confident on the name. And I don't know why you would
So
know the name of the hot dog
let
vendor.
so it's all right. So he's calling in. The advice is how does he track down the hot dog vendor to repay him for the free hot dog?
Yeah, apparently his dad died, and apparently his dad willed him a lot of money, and he feels guilty for not for for getting 2 free hot dogs, and he wants to track the guy down.
What was the part about stealing the mustard?
Yes, apparently he carries around an empty jar, and he put mustard into it.
So he stole mustard from the guy that gave him 2 hot dogs.
Yeah, and he basically stole 2 hot dogs too.
Okay, so I mean, do you have a hot dog guy? You live in Franklin. Is there? There's no hot dog guys down there, is there?
No, there's no hot dog guys. And I'm also not a big hot dog fan.
But you would be aware if there was a hot dog related activity happening in your area.
Yeah, there is a food truck though that sometimes sets up shop in the Big Lots parking lot. The Big
Okay.
Lots is connected to a Tractor Supply,
All right.
and in the parking lot there's a food truck, and I always drive by and go, I might want to try that out sometime. But then, like, every time I feel like this is the day I'm going to stop, they're never there. So I could probably also use some advice on where to find
So
this guy.
let me tell you, I do have a hot dog guy. I live on the east side of Indianapolis in the Irvington area. And there's a hot dog guy. His name is Garcia. He posts up outside of a an old abandoned family video. No, out of a Family Dollar. So he just posts up same street corner every time, and just classic hot dogs. His hot dogs is nothing real fancy to him, but they're just real good for some reason. I don't know. And he's always there. He'll go out there in the morning, and he's there till the late night in the summer times. And when he runs out of hot dogs, I'm pretty sure he just goes into the Family Dollar and buys more hot dogs and then comes back out. But he's like beloved. He's a staple on this side of town. And if he just disappeared, I feel like there would be like a public outcry.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Franklin slash Raul maybe was a newer hot dog vendor. Maybe he wasn't established yet. Or where was it? What was it? San Jose? Where's this
Yeah,
guy from?
San Jose, California.
San Jose, or I don't know what the hot dog game is like out there because sometimes they keep it real in the streets, for this curb space.
Yeah.
So if he was like operating someplace that he didn't have permission, sometimes you got to pay the streets, Trent. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay the
Oh, I
street
feel you. I feel you, Dyke.
to sling these hot dogs. So I guess I'd probably start with the obvious, like a Google search. You know, before I emailed a podcast, I probably would have just done like a Google search. That would be step one. We could just cross that off the list. Let's just assume this guy already did that before he emailed into a podcast that he did a Google search, nothing turned up.
Yeah, he googled Raul hot dog San Jose or maybe Franklin.
Where is slash or Franklin? Two, I'd probably go to the local whatever businesses were by and just start. I believe it's called a dragnet. You just start canvassing the area, start knocking on doors, asking questions. Hey, I just had this amazing hot dog last week. Do you know what happened to that guy? That'll be my next step.
Yeah, Dragnet, also my favorite Dan Aykroyd, Tom Hanks movie.
Dragnet, it's a good movie. Underrated, if you ask me. I think Dragnet was one of the first reboots where they were just like, hey, remember that show Dragnet? They're like, yeah. They're like, fuck it, we're gonna do this. Because if you watch the original Dragnet, it has nothing to do with the movie whatsoever. But it's so good. Yeah, so I would say canvas the area, step two. I think at that point, maybe like some sort of misconnection situation in like a Craigslist. Like,
Yeah, Craigslist.
I,
Now, is
I,
Craigslist still around?
I don't know.
I know they got rid of Backpage.
Oh
Shut down
yeah,
Backpage.
I recall you were pretty upset about
I
that one.
was. I wrote to my local
You didn't come out of
congressman.
your room for a couple weeks. Oh man, yeah, that was R.I.P. Backpage. I think after that, it made us have to call it quits after that. I think those would be my three things. I think after that, you may just have to maybe pay it forward to the next hot dog guy you see, and stop stealing mustard. Mustard's free. You don't need to steal it.
Well, yeah, I know. But I want to know how big the jar was.
No.
Maybe that's what made this guy disappear. The hot dog vendor disappear. He's like, this fucking guy. Everybody's so rude now, This guy, he gives him like 2 free hot dogs. And now you're gonna steal mustard from me? I quit. Maybe the guy quit.
The way I envisioned it is like, hey, can I get 2 hot dogs? And Raul's like, no problem, sir. And he gives him the 2 hot dogs, and then the guy's like fishing around in his pockets, realizes he doesn't have his wallet or whatever, and then he's like, oh man, this is so embarrassing. Actually, I don't have any money. And Raul's just like, you know what? On the house today. It's on the house. No worries.
I just got him from the Family Dollar behind me anyway.
And then he like gets a phone call and he's like, hold on a second. And then he turns around, he starts, and then he looks back around, and this creep has got his hand slathering mustard into a jar in his pocket. and Raul's just like, the fuck, you guys gave me 2 free hot dogs. Get the fuck out of here. Hit the bricks, kid. But that's also the kind of classic behavior that when your dad passes away, it's gonna drive you to those kind of mustard-based crimes. I feel like.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I didn't consider that. The guy getting the hot dogs was grieving. We all act differently. Maybe this guy wouldn't do this because I'm not a fan of this guy, even though he's a fan of my podcast.
Yeah.
And he did only give me 2.4 stars, which isn't even an option.
He is trying to make it right, though. So I feel like there is some sort of redemption, a possible redemption for him.
Yeah, he's not all the way gone yet.
I would say also, let's bump that up to a 5-star. What are we doing? Come on, if you really want to show everyone, what was this guy's name? What was the writer's name?
Well, he signed it Hot Dog Belly.
Yeah, hey, Belly. first and foremost, if you want to really turn over a new leaf, let's start with the 5 stars. Okay, Trent obviously deserves it. You're calling in with your hot dog questions. Like, give a 5-star review, and then two, if you can't find this guy, man, I would say you should just over tip every time you buy a hot dog now, for the rest of your life. And then when they're like, hey, why are you tipping me? You're like, one time I was a real asshole and I stole this guy's mustard.
And it's my dead dad's money, so
That's what they did. So I don't care. I
fuck
spend
do I
it.
care? But I do like that. I'm not. I don't know. This guy seems like a real lunatic. I'm not sure he did Google hot dog vendor. Where's the next? Where's
San Jose. Hold on a second. I'll be Jamie for you. And I feel like this is at least the basic due diligence. San Jose hot dog vendor. I'm not gonna put that name in because I feel like that name is gonna be wrong. Top 10 best hot dog carts in San Jose, California.
Oh,
Yelp.
whoa!
All right, so we got a sauced BBQ and spirits, Chicken Bros.
Chicken Bros.
Not hot dogs at all.
No thanks.
Bacon wrapped hot dog carts.
Whoa, that seems.
Vanessa's hot dogs. Probably definitely not Vanessa. Delicious hot dogs.
Oh, could be.
Could be. Dolly's dogs.
Is that Dolly Parton?
Oh, Estilo Mexican hot dogs.
Oh.
Now, if his name had actually been Raul, I would call this a hot lead right here. I would say.
I don't know. I think it still is a hot league.
Okay.
Because maybe this guy's a racist. He just assumes that every Mexican guy's name is Raul.
Quick Dog.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a hot dog vendor that's on a curb one day and then gone the next.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Lisa's hot dogs. I'm gonna go. You know what? San Jose seems like they're very progressive. Have a lot of female-owned hot dog carts. That's good. I like to see that. Hot Dog Boulevard sounds like more of a place, but
yeah, that one. Well, maybe every street's a hot dog boulevard when they're in town.
Oh shit. Okay. Umai savory hot dogs. Umai sounds kind of a little foreign. That may be something. Now, hold on. Then we get to the main jail hot dog cart.
Oh.
It has one review here. It's 2 reviews, 1 star for the main jail hot dog cart. I got food poisoning from this lady's hot dog cart. Don't go here. I never write negative reviews like this, but this time it was really necessary. Okay. Wow. That's good.
So it's probably not that one. Also, I don't know. How do you feel about this? People that say they never write negative reviews online, that's all they write.
Yeah. Yeah, you're terrible.
If you're writing a Yelp review, you're a jackass.
I don't like Yelp. Yelp it's like the food mafia. Yeah. Like when you own a business, they basically call you up and they're like, hey, so you got a nice new company here. It'd be a shame if nobody came to it, wouldn't it? You want to get good reviews, right? You want your customers coming in happy, right? Yeah, fuck Yelp. Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, I too work at a restaurant, and we've gotten a few calls from Yelp corporate like that.
One of my favorite recent South Park episodes was the one where Carmen is like, I'm a food critic for Yelp. And he goes in and he's just threatening people with bad reviews or whatever. And it was just making fun of how Yelp assholes, how terrible they are. Side note, I haven't told anyone this, but I really enjoyed this because South Park related. So I work in the city market and a bunch of businesses have gone away because of COVID.
Yeah.
But a lot of new businesses are coming in. So a guy that already had one concept, he owns a salad shack, right? And he decided he wanted to open an Asian concept, but he just like mocked up a logo and decided he was going to call it City Walk. Like, didn't do any research or anything. And like, I just walked in today. I was like, "What's that sign?" It's got a big digital sign up, and I was like, "He's got to change that name, man." Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna make fun of him.
Did you tell him that? Have you
No,
warned him?
I
Or
want
just
to. I
you
want
just
to
want
make
to
fun of him. I want to be the first one.
you just want to watch him crash and burn?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I've done more. I feel like I've done more due diligence looking for Raul than Belly has.
I agree. This guy, I don't know what his deal is.
I don't have time to do a dragnet. Okay, like your boots on the ground, hot dog belly. You're gonna have to go chase down some leads.
Yeah, if any of those didn't like any of those vendors that you named didn't ring a bell, I would say maybe check the yellow pages.
Do you still get the? I still get like the phone book.
I
And
just
like,
got the yellow pages, a couple weeks ago.
what do you do with it? I feel like
Put it
most
on the
people.
counter till I.
I feel like most people take it from the porch and just take it directly to the trash and just throw it away. It seems like such a waste. Like
Yeah,
there's probably like 6 old people that still use it. Everyone else is like, prop up.
here's what I do. I walk around with it, and I look for a real short person, and I hand it to him. I go, maybe you could use this when you're sitting in a chair or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It seems like they could probably just give it up at that point.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, just hang it up. Like this hot dog vendor did. He's like, this is not the business for me. I got assholes stealing my mustard.
Robbing my mustard.
Now,
Yeah.
what do do you like hot dogs?
I don't think anyone likes hot dogs, Trent. I just feel like there's certain occasions when you're supposed to eat them. You know, you're at a baseball game, you're camping, you're at a picnic of some sort of summer variety. You're at a hot dog eating contest. Um, that's about it. There's the 4
Yeah,
reasons.
you're Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, if your name is Joey Chestnut, that's the only reasons you should be eating hot dogs. Uh, I I am a little bougie. I mean, I'll eat a hot dog, but like, it's like if we're eating hot dogs, I kind of want to eat like a fancy like the all beef hot dogs. Start getting like a big foot long all beef hot dog, and then at that point, I'm like, let's just do sausages. Let's get some brats going. Let's get But yeah, I'll eat a hot dog. Sorry, this is rambling about hot dogs.
No, I was enjoying it.
Follow up question to that.
Well, yeah, what do you put on a hot dog now? A lot of people are very particular about their hot dogs. Some people say no ketchup ever.
Whatever. It's whatever you like, man.
I agree. It's like, well, who cares? Just do what you want.
If you don't like mustard, don't put mustard on your hot dog. You don't like ketchup. I can eat almost anything. I do find the Chicago dog to be a little excessive. Are you familiar with the Chicago dog?
Not really, no.
Like the Wrigley dog or the Chicago dog. It's got it's called like a gardenia, which is like a sweet pepper relish almost, and it's like onions and peppers, and there's big chunks of like yellow pepper, like those like sweet peppers, and
Like banana peppers?
Yeah, like banana pepper. I don't know it's a lot of those kind of peppers, but like made into like a chunky relish, or like rough chopped and then put on, and it was like, again, I don't think anyone actually likes it. I think it's just something that they've been doing. You go to a Cubs game, and, hey, let me get one of them Wrigley dogs. But they're gross. I don't think anyone actually likes them.
Yeah, but, I feel the same way about deep dish pizza.
I'll any kind of pizza I'm fine with. The people are like, it's like it's not even a pizza, it's lasagna. I go, yeah, it's a free lasagna. Like, it's great. Do you like lasagna though?
I do. I love lasagna. People call me Garfield. I love lasagna so much.
I mean, I hate Mondays and I love lasagna. You know who also hates Mondays? Garfield, everybody. You know, why is he always complaining? He doesn't work or have a job or go to school or anything. You know, he's a cat. I hate Mondays. You didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, you don't hear Odie bitching about Mondays.
Yeah, yeah. Odie's fun. Yeah, John has to go to work.
Don't get me started on John.
I had a very hack bit that was very similar to that when I first started comedy, and I got off and I was feeling a little too good about myself, and Ryan D. Miller was in the back and he goes, "I'm glad somebody finally stuck it to Garfield." I never did that bit ever again.
That's funny. I performed at, there was a place called the Garfield Eatery.
Mm-hmm.
And I perform there, and I go, the Garfield Eatery. What is this place? Only serve lasagna? Is this place closed on Mondays? I tell you, it killed. But there was a similar story where this guy was doing a bit about John Lennon.
Yeah.
Shitting on John Lennon. And I go, it's about time somebody took John Lennon down a peg.
Someone did. I like how you have this nice framed photo of you here in the background. That's yeah, that's nice. No, down here. That time that you jumped that sweet ramp. Your girlfriend was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Well, I like to party.
It was like the part. Did we get 2 emails or is it just the 1 email?
It's just the one email.
Oh, wow. You really gotta stretch this podcast for for advice for one guy.
Well, I don't want to blow through all my emails.
Do you ever get follow-ups with these people?
Sometime.
Like what was a good follow-up?
Well, there was one where this girl wrote in about how her stepdad was always cooking prison meals.
Okay. It wasn't that San Jose hot dog jail, is it?
It could have been. It could have
You
been.
get food poisoning eating that shit.
Have you ever gotten food poisoning?
But when I got it, it was called alcohol poisoning.
No.
I got it from eating too much alcohol, which you're not supposed to do. It's frowned upon. Yeah, I had alcohol poisoning, and I was messed up. I was out for like 3 days. I probably should have gone to the hospital, but I didn't. And I just laid on the couch, and like after you've thrown up everything that's could possibly ever be there, I couldn't hold down water, so I was just on the couch, just like shivering. And every once in a while, I would like crawl to the bathroom and just try to splash some water on my face. And my roommate had been gone for the weekend, and I just remember he came back after 3 days, and he was like, "Smells like a corpse in here."
Oh
Like,
my God.
I was like, "I'm sorry, I had to," and then I had to like get my life together after that.
Yeah. And then you got that from eating too much beer battered fish.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you get one too many beer battered shrimp, so you get that alcohol poisoning. It was rough. Yeah. So, do you ever think that maybe all of these are coming from the same meth guy in the attic, and he's writing it under different aliases?
Well, I don't think that. I know that.
Oh, okay. I was like, that'd be great if it was just the meth fumes made him think he was someone different every day.
Yeah, he's schizophrenic.
I don't think Hot Dog Belly is that guy's real name at all.
No, I think it's a pseudonym.
It's a pen name. It's like J.D. Salinger, you know.
Or, yeah, I don't know. I think Google hot dog vendors. I'm sure Dyke probably mentioned one of them. It's got to be one of those, I think.
Yeah,
or the guy's retired,
yeah.
or he's
And
dead.
which
He got
I just gave you like 10 new hot dog vendors to go check out.
yeah. So give them your dead dad's money
Yeah, I think it's what he would have wanted.
and give him the jar too. Quit carrying the jar around.
Jars, it's a bad look.
Yeah, I'm sure one of the hot dog vendors could use that to put utensils in.
I don't think you should give a jar of used condiments to somebody.
No, well, yeah, you clean it out.
I think
Wash
I
it.
think I think you just disregard the jar. He needs to leave the jar at home and just hand people money. All right. Nobody's taking jars. We're still in a global pandemic. Keep your sauce jar to yourself, sir.
Well, that's where we agree to disagree, Dyke, because
Yeah, okay, well,
I think these hot dog vendors are struggling. They need all the jars they can handle.
just combine it with the mustard here. Yeah, thanks, man. I was running a little low. This pocket mustard. All right.
Yeah, but this guy, he's maybe he's just moved locations. He's like, I'm tired of dealing with these lunatics in San Jose. Maybe he moved to Chicago or Albuquerque.
I'm gonna tell you what. If he tried this song and dance in Chicago with the Chicago hot dog vendors, they would stab him in the face. First of all, you'll never get a free hot dog in Chicago. They would rather throw it down a sewer before they would give it to you for free. All right, that's never ever gonna happen. And if a Chicagoan saw you putting your grubby hands in his mustard and scooping it into a jar, just forget about it. You would be the one that people would be writing into a podcast looking for. Yeah, I saw this guy stealing mustard from a mustard cart one day, and I didn't see him after that. He's been.
So you think he's using his hand to scoop the
Yeah.
mustard? I just assumed it was like a pump mustard thing.
Oh, I don't know. This guy, he seems like he was just scooping it out.
He does seem like a sick freak.
I guess, yeah. I guess if you're just filling up your jar, have you ever done this? Maybe when you were younger, more precocious. Did you ever go into like a fast food joint, like a Wendy's or McDonald's, and order a large water, and then go over to the soda machine, and maybe something came out of that soda machine that wasn't water?
No,
Yeah.
as I've said before on the podcast, I have never broken the law.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
uh,
I've always been a good boy, and I've never done that. But I have seen people do that. I have seen some of my friends do that.
I'll tell you what.
Um,
I've definitely done it. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is passed. Yeah, you go over there and you take a large water, and then you just wait. The trick is you got to go like Sprite. You got to get like a
yeah,
Sprite.
you can't go something dark.
Yeah, you can't, go over there and get a high C. That's obviously not water. What are you doing?
But a Sprite, they could walk by and go, "That's some awfully bubbly water you got there."
Yeah, and then you just play real dumb.
I one time after a high school football game though, a bunch of my friends and I went to Taco Bell, and we ordered our food. They have the sauce packets, the sauce packets.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, one of my friends took all the mild sauce packets,
Yeah.
and we were being real loud, like high schoolers will be.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy came out from behind the counter and he started yelling at us that they couldn't hear the people in the drive-through ordering. And they go, and you better put all the mild sauce packets back, or we're gonna call the cops. And I go, it's only a mild offense.
I always remember adults being so much more like concerned about what, like, if I saw a group of kids right now, they could be on fire. I wouldn't, like, I'm so unobservant about what children are doing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. I was hanging out on my porch a couple summers ago drinking some beers with a friend, with a couple friends. We had a cooler on the porch. It was like a beautiful, nice, hot summer day, and we're just drinking beers. I was a little buzzed, and I see this gang of people come by on bikes, and they keep circling the block. It's like midnight. It's like 12:30 midnight. And so I'm like, what are these jamokes doing? So the next time they come by, I was like, hey, you guys want a beer? And then I just heard the sound of like 7 bikes like stopping in unison and like kind of skidding. And these dudes come up and they're like, yeah, we'll take a beer. And so I'm not really looking at them. They're coming up on the porch, and I reach in the cooler and I pull out 2 beers, and I'm like, here's one. I just kind of toss them. Here's one for you. Here's one for you. And then I look over, and it's like 7 like 13-year-old dudes. I mean, they're children, they're little children. And then I was like, oh, I just gave a group of children 2 lukewarm beers. And then I just was like, you guys share those. You guys share those 2 beers.
Well,
And,
at least you're teaching them to share.
And they were just like, thanks, mister. And like got on their bikes. And then my friends, of course, are like just roasted me for it. And I'm like, one, obviously that was like a mistake. I didn't mean to give beers to minors because that is definitely illegal. But I was also thinking like, oh man, I'm part of these dudes like the mythology of their adolescence. Like there was this like from their version, it was like, man, we're just riding our bikes, hanging out, and then all of a sudden this old black guy was like, hey, free beer. And he threw like 12 beers at us, and we all got so wasted that night. Like I'm sure the memory of that is going to be with them for years, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them will mention it to their therapist.
And that's when my drinking problem started.
Yeah, there you go. You turn them all into alcoholics.
That one warm beer.
They're gonna write into my podcast.
Well, that's what you gotta refresh the pool every now and then. That's what they cause a little bit of problems, a little bit of trauma. It's customer for tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, we need people like you to fuck other people up.
Yeah. I create the broken people. I just create a wake of destruction.
So then we can fix them again.
Look,
That's the circle of life, I think.
Or you're gonna be an alcoholic. Those are the 2.
So yeah, I think we help this guy. Use Google.
Yeah.
The
Dragnet.
Start casing around, interviewing all the other people. Have you seen this guy? I think his name was Raul.
Yeah.
Don't email somebody from Franklin, Indiana to help you find a guy in San Jose, unless you're going to give me some of your dad's money to fly out there and look around. So just use Google. There's our advice. Use Google. There you go. I hope that helps. Anything you want to plug, Dyke? You got your podcast, Harder Brunch?
Yeah, the Harder Brunch podcast. I always say that and I don't explain it, but it's a podcast where I have local people in the food industry, the food scene, cooks, chefs, bartenders come on, and I also have comedians come on, and I invite them to my home. We make a big brunch, and then we podcast. I also have another podcast called the Drunk Dial Podcast, which is me and a chef calling comics and bothering them, usually while drunk. And then
now I thought you turned your life around.
Yeah. And then at Red Flag Comedy. At Red Flag Comedy is the local independent comedy production. We put on shows, open mics, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, and listen to both of Dyke's podcasts. I was on the Harder Brunch one. You made a delicious meal for me.
We can drunk dial you anytime too.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Anytime. I'm available anytime.
Yeah.
We can set it up off here. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, it's Trent Mabry, at Trent Mabry. On an Instagram, it's Trent_Mabry. And like the podcast page and follow the podcast, rate and review and all that shit. That's it.
Can I throw a suggestion in real quick before you sign off? Hey, viewers, if you're going to send in a question, I think you should also send in a photo of what you look like. because I want to know what the hot dog belly looks like. I want to know what the meth addict guy looks like. I want to put a face.
Well, the meth addict guy, you can see he actually called in. It was our first time.
Oh my God, I'm watching this episode.
Yeah.
All right. If you didn't watch that episode, go watch this episode after listening to this episode.
Yeah, please do.
That sounds great.
And thanks again, Dyke. That's it. That's the show. As always, this is Trent Mabry signing off. Bye-bye.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Mercy. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe. But I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do? Mabry has left the building.